Hello guys, going to be going over the PrizePicks MLB slate for Sunday, May 1st. The Saturday slate, it went okay. We had some hits. Garrett Cole's a thumbnail for it. He hit, but Trey Turner just, disappointed, but also that's just what I meant by how volatile baseball is compared to other sports. Mookie Betts led off the game with a home run, but somehow the Dodgers only scored one run the entire game and lost to the Tigers with Kershaw on the mound, so that's just how baseball is sometimes. Trey Turner, he had actually his first at bat, he flew out to the warning track, and then his last one in the 8th inning, Austin Meadows basically robbed him of a hit. He almost collided with the center fielder. So if that collided, ball went in the gap. Trey Turner with his speed, he probably could have actually got it inside the Parker, but it is what it is. So hopefully we can just do better for today. So Sunday, that means we're going to have a lot of games going on early. And looking at the strikeout props, there is one that stands out right now, and that is going to be Sandy Alcantara at 5 strikeouts. So I will take the over on this. Seattle, they have some good hitters, especially like Ty France. He's been having a hell of a season. But Alcantara, he has swing and miss stuff. He's one of the better pitchers on the Marlins. Marlins have a very great, promising rotation. I think 5Ks is a little low. Should be probably 5.5. If you look at the Seattle lineup, this game's going to be taking place in Miami, so always good with how that ballpark is. So this Mariners ball club, they have 4 or 5 guys that don't really strike out often. Frazier, France, Winker, Crawford, Toro. But then you look at the other dudes, Suarez, 27%, and then these 3 at the bottom, over 30% K percentage. Like, this is crazy. And as long as Alcantara can strike out, Suarez, Rodriguez, Kelenic, Raleigh, these guys say, they strike out once, right? In possibly like 2-3 at-bats. You can definitely get these guys out via K. You're looking at 4 strikeouts from these guys, and as always, they can strike out multiple times in a game. And then maybe you get something from the other 5 dudes who have a low K rate, and then this is going to hit, or at least push. And I think that's really important with how it is set at 5.0 rather than 5.5. You do at least get the push if he does end up with 5 strikeouts. So that's the 1K prop I like. First inning runs, there are 2. So I think possibly my favorite play of the slate is going to be the under on Marlins and Mariners first inning runs. So kind of tied to Alcantara. Alcantara, very good pitcher. And the other side is going to be against Logan Gilbert. Yeah, Logan Gilbert having a hell of a season as well. This ballpark, again, it just really shuts hitters down. 3.7, 3.5 run total. One of the lower scoring games that is projected to be on the slate. So this just makes sense for an under. I didn't check the DK Sportsbook odds, but I would imagine this is definitely at least like a minus 155. Probably even better value for us on PrizePicks. So I really like this one. And then the other one's going to be the Nationals at the Giants. And this one is going to be, I believe it's Carlos Rodon pitching on the Giants side, and then it's Josiah Gray. So again, 4.4, 3.3. I'm not sure about this run total for the Giants because they are missing some of their key bats. Like, you look at this lineup for San Fran. How many guys do you really know? No offense to any of these Giants players, but we don't see some of their main guys like Brandon Belt, Jock Peterson. So the Giants are missing a lot of key pieces in this lineup right now, and I just think that that said Carlos Rodon earlier. I don't know why it. Let me check. If it's Cobb, then yeah, that's going to be different, but it did say Rodon, I believe. So, yeah, I can look this up real quick. Yeah, before it did say it was going to be Carlos Rodon pitching, so that's why I did put this one as an under, but sorry guys, this page is not working, so let me just check on the MLB app real quick. If Alex Cobb is going to start this game, it's still... Okay, well, it is Alex Cobb. So Definitely not liking this pick as much. I actually already inputted some entries in with this under in the first inning. I mean, I still think it can hit because, again, Giants, their ballpark is very pitcher friendly. But yeah, that kind of sucks here. Cobb, he's had a good year though. But yeah, I would still say I'm interested, but no longer is this like one of my favorite plays. So apologies for that. It had Rodon earlier. I don't know why. That's the case. But onward we go. So next one, pitching outs. I'm not really liking any of the props here. So they look pretty sharp for the most part, in my opinion. So pitcher fantasy score, also same thing. Most of the time, I'm not really taking any of the fantasy score ones. I just think strikeouts, pitching outs are probably a little bit easier to take. But hitter fantasy score, there are a lot of plays that I like today here. So I'm going to go with the first game, Baltimore side. Trey Mancini, Cedric Mullins, both of them over 6.5. Mancini has been hitting the ball really well. I know his stats don't really back that up, but the advanced stats do. Look at the Red Sox. They're going to be pitching Nick Pivetta, who has not been good this year. And this is going to be in Baltimore. Cedric Mullins leading off 6.5. I think that's perfectly fine. He has stolen base potential, so if he does get on base, he's able to get that stolen base. That's going to be 5 points, and that's going to be an easy over, whether that's a walk or he reached base via base hit. So I like both of these guys. The next group, if the plays would load here, Wander Franco, I think he's fine, but I do think there's a different prop that is going to be a better one than his fantasy score prop. Next guys are going to be from the Angels side. So it is going to be Dallas Keuchel pitching for the White Sox, and he has not been good this season. I think this Angels run total is going to increase. 4.4 just seems a little low here. Like a lot of these dudes, just the Angels, they have a really good offense. And for the White Sox, Keuchel, he's just not the same. I mean, he hasn't been the same pitcher for years now. This is no longer the Houston type of Dallas Keuchel. So I do like Trout. I do like Rendon here. 8.5, 6.5. Trout, I mean, there's nothing much else to say about this guy, Rendon. He's really seeing the ball well. Like, he hasn't really been, getting a lot of hype, but he's definitely, we're starting to see, the kind of player that he once was with the Nationals, and he does hit lefties really well. So I like Rendon. And then next guy is going to be from the Braves. So Austin Riley, 7.5. He just hits lefties really well. Taylor Hearn, someone that I really do like to attack. He just hasn't really been that great. This game, I believe it's going to be pretty hot. So, yeah, 86 degrees, wind, 13 miles, it's blowing horizontally. So, no real effect there. 4.6 run total. And I need to use a different site because I'm positive that they did not project Kyle Muller to be pitching here. But I'll look into that later. Probably update you with some more plays on Twitter or under the video. But going back to Austin Riley, I think Acuna is fine too. For whatever reason, he is not in projected lineup. I don't know what is happening with this slate. I think Riley is fine, 7.5, just because he's a really good hitter overall, but especially against lefties. So 7.5 in a game where it has one of the pretty favorable hitting weather on the slate, so I think he's perfectly fine. And then we're going to go to Coors, so of course we know what we're going to be doing here with any game that is going to be in Colorado. Jonathan India, 6.5 fantasy score. Really like this one. He got the day off on Saturday. He just returned from injury, so it was just a day off, even though it was a scratch, which, that sucks. But India today, though, should be back in the lineup, 6.5. Really like that against, it's Kyle Freeland. So, India, just Coors, I don't really care about the wind. Coors Field's just going to mitigate that effect of the wind blowing in. So, I like India leading off here, 4.8 run total, very good for Coors. And then on the other side, of course, CJ Cron, 8.5. They're going up against the lefty, and San Martin, just not really someone good, as indicated by the 6 run total for the Rockies. So I do like CJ Cron here, getting that platoon advantage. Just a very good hitter. Pretty underrated guy, 8.5. I know it's one of the higher projections, but you do have to factor in it is Coors. So just the ballpark is going to help out this game a ton, as it always does. And then one of the underplays I actually have that I've written down, but probably not going to go to it anymore because I thought it was going to be Rodon. I had Soto down as an under, lefty, but for now, ignore that. Same with Josh Bell. I had his walks and hits, but that was actually one of my favorite plays. But now, if it is Cobb pitching, not going to really like that one as much just because Bell has been on fire, and Rodon is a much better pitcher than Cobb is. But there is one still, though, in this category. That's going to be Paul Goldschmidt. So 1.5 hits and walks. Zach Davies is a pitcher that walks a ton of batters, and it is not going to be easy going up against this Cardinals team away. So Davies, 11.4% walk percentage. He gives up a ton of hard contact, 50.5% to righties, and Paul Goldschmidt hits the ball hard, 45.9%. This data for the last 2 seasons. So this is very favorable for Paul Goldschmidt too, whether that's, get a walk or even reach base both times via walk. So I like Goldschmidt in this spot. He has the best walk rate among the bunch. Tommy Edman, that's why I'm taking Goldschmidt as the Cardinal here. And then we're going to move on to runs and RBIs. So for runs and RBIs, there are a lot of props that I really do like. Starting with Trevor Story, 0.5. Going to take the over here again. So I liked it yesterday. It hit. I'm going to go right back to it. Jordan Lyle's just not really a good pitcher. He pitches deep into games actually for how kind of mediocre he is, but Story leading off the game, 4.8 run total. These Red Sox, they're just a good offense. So I do like Story to hit the over on this one. Wander Franco, one of my favorite ones. I think when you take a guy who is hitting in the 2 hole as opposed to the 1 leadoff, it's nice because there's someone that could get in on base in front of him, but then he's still having a lot of good bats behind him to drive him in. So like when you take a leadoff guy, he has to hit obviously after the first inning. After all these guys at the bottom of the order, like for Story, Bradley, Vasquez, they're not the same dudes as you would say, Verdugo, Bogarts are, Franco, Diaz, Lau, instead of the bottom of the order guys. So I just think if you take someone with this prop, having him bat second is actually a bit better than if they were to bat leadoff. And that's going to apply to some of these other guys as well. But, there's, exceptions like really good offenses like Toronto. They're pretty stacked 1 through 9. I would say for this one, though, because Blue Jays are dealing with some injuries, Springer, he's not going to be like my most confident play. I like Franco more, but Springer too, he definitely has some numbers that back him up. You look at this matchup against Framber Valdez. So Valdez has a lot of control issues. He walks a ton of guys, but he's a ground ball guy. But George Springer, he doesn't ground out a ton. 30.2%, very low. You look at his teammates. So Springer, he's going to be able to put the ball with elevation, and that's going to be definitely favorable when he is up against a ground ball pitcher. And then Taylor Ward, 0.5. So again, just attacking Dallas Keuchel, batting leadoff. Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani batting behind him. If he can get on base, he definitely has a high chance of coming in to score a run. And then DJ LeMahieu, I know it didn't hit, but going right back to it, just leading off again. Daniel Lynch, really not a great pitcher. Platoon advantage here. 4.8 run total, wind blowing out. Judge, Rizzo, Stanton, just a lot of power hitters hitting right behind him to drive him in. So really like that. And then Tommy Edman also hitting leadoff. Zach Davies again. So if he walks, he has some speed and steals second. Guys behind him can drive him in with a base hit. So I really like Tommy Edman as well. Just a lot of runs plus RBIs props for today. I think are the best to go along with the Seattle-Miami under prop. Did it get... I think they removed it. Did they remove it? Oh my god. Yeah, they removed it. I don't know what PrizePicks is doing today. They are on it right now. So I guess my favorite play now becomes Wander Franco. This is a very weird video, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, Wander Franco going to be the thumbnail for today. So that's gonna be very play. I'll update, as this slate goes on. Whatever PrizePicks does for this board, but yeah, it's pretty wacky for the Sunday. But make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'll post my props with an update later tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching, and good luck on the slate. Bye.